हरि ओम। ओम 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 श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करो वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणो याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरं। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायापतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगताम् अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय 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 ओम नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We shall chant the Shanti mantra. Om आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We shall chant from the first mantra of the fourth section. सा ब्रह्मेति होवाच ब्रह्मणो वा एतद्विजये महीयध्वम् इति ततो हैव विदाञ्चकार ब्रह्मेति तस्माद्वा एते देवा अतितरामिव अन्यान् देवान् यद् अग्निर्वायुरिन्द्रस्ते येनन्नेदिष्ठं पस्पृशुः ते येनत्प्रथमो विदाञ्चकार ब्रह्मेति तस्माद्वा इन्द्रो अतितराम् इव अन्यान् देवान् स येनन्नेदिष्ठं पस्पर्श स येनत्प्रथमो विदाञ्चकार ब्रह्मेति तस्यैष आदेशः यदेतद्विद्युतो व्याद्युत्तदा इति न्यमीमिषदा इत्यदिदैवतम् अथ अध्यात्मं यदेतद्गच्छतीव च मनो अनेन चैतद् उपस्मरति अभीक्ष्णकं संकल्पः तद्ह तद्वनं नाम तद्वनमिति उपासितव्यं स य एतदेवं वेदाभिहैनं सर्वाणि भूतानि संवाञ्छन्ति. So after telling the beautiful story of Yaksha, conveying many important lessons, thereafter the Upanishad talks about Upasana. It reveals Adidaiva Upasana and Adhyatma Upasana. That Brahma alone expresses as Adidaiva and Adhyatma also. So along with that Samashti Upadhi of Mana Buddhi, that Brahma is called Adidaiva, the Hiranyagarbha. And with the Veshti Upadhi, individual Upadhi, that same Brahma is the Pratyagatma. One can meditate on Brahma taking support of certain objects or phenomena of this world. So two upasanas are mentioned regarding Adidaiva, कि just as the lightning which spreads so much of light around and then disappears, in the same way that Brahma also appeared as Yaksha and then again disappeared. One can meditate on Brahma as one can meditate on Brahma as lightning, or one can meditate on Brahma as the blinking of the eyes. So when our eyes are open, we see bright light, but for a fraction of a second, when it closes, we don't see anything. So just as in this way, Yaksha also disappeared in front of Indra. So one can meditate on the blinking of the eyes as Brahma. Then the Upanishad also talks about Adhyatma Upasana. We can meditate, contemplate on Pratyagatma, taking support of the mind. So just as the mind moves, so with the blessings of that Pratyagatma only, the mind moves or goes towards its object. Also the mind thinks of the past, recollects, and mind thinks about various objects. So, but behind this mind, blessing this mind, is that Pratyagatma. So taking support of the mind, one has to contemplate on this Pratyagatma. So this is the Upasana. See, the Shastras not only tell us about karma, what to do, what not to do, but the Shastra also talks about Upasana, about what to think, what not to think, how to visualize, what to imagine. So these are at a subtler level, and when we do these Upasanas, not only they purify our antakarana, but make us tune to that Brahma, so that when we listen to the subtler mantras of the Upanishads, we will be able to comprehend that Brahma, because we have already tuned ourselves to that Brahma. So that is the purpose of this Upasana. And in this sixth mantra, we were seeing a very beautiful Upasana with the help of the name of Brahma is indicated. Ki tadha tadvanam nama tadvanam iti upasitavyam. So that Brahma, the name of that Brahma is Tadvanam. Tad Brahma ha kila Tadvanam nama. Tasya vanam Tadvanam. Tadvanam means Tasya vanam, means most worshipful of them, of whom Tasya prani jatasya, of all beings. Why? Pratyagatma bhutatvat, because that Brahma is Pratyagatma of all beings. Therefore all beings worship or love or totally are attached to this Atma alone. Yesterday we have seen that even in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad it is mentioned that Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Everyone and everything becomes dear to us with respect to our own self only. The self alone is very, very dear. See, our mind is attracted towards happiness. Constantly we are perceiving happiness. Not only human beings but animal, bird, plants, all of us are in search of happiness, pleasure, happiness. And whatever gives us happiness, we get attached to that objects. So money, fame, name, house, furniture, vehicles, mobiles, all those things we collect because we feel very happy interacting with those objects. Even those people who give us happiness, we get attached to them. Why we are attached to them? Because we derive happiness from them. So we are interested in that happiness. We like to be happy. And when some person stops giving us happiness, we slowly withdraw ourselves from that person. And whatever objects also, if they stop giving happiness, we just drop them. So ultimately we are seeking happiness. And what type of happiness are we seeking? We are seeking eternal happiness. And we are seeking that happiness which is free from all conflicts, free from all competition, free from all dependence. Such beautiful happiness we are seeking. And we are constantly trying to find this happiness in the world around. But we fail to find that happiness. For some time we feel that I have gained this happiness from this object. But after some time the object stops giving us happiness. Then we change the object. Then we feel happy in a particular place. But after some time that place also stops giving us happiness. Then we want to change the place. So we want to change places, we want to change our objects, we want to change people, we want to change our status, we want to change our look, we want to change our education, our talents. And why we are doing all this? In search of happiness. Because what makes us happy, we want to collect it and we get attached to it. But what is there which never fails to give me happiness? Every person or every object of this world may give happiness to someone but give sorrow after some time. But what is that which gives happiness every time we meet, which never fails to give us happiness? And that is our own self. But now also that self is there, but I am not feeling happy because it is associated with other objects. It is associated with the upadhis. So we are not experiencing the pure self. But when we are in deep sleep, we are dissociated from all the upadhis. We are alone with ourselves. And in that state, we experience supreme peace and supreme joy. Means happiness. When we wake up, everyone says that I slept very happily. When we are in deep sleep, that deep sleep experience is same for all. It is of happiness, of peace. If one is dreaming, then dream can be good or bad. But in deep sleep, means dreamless sleep, there is no disturbance of any kind. There is no limitations of any kind. There is no competition involved. There is only uninterrupted happiness there. No competition, no struggle, nothing is there to take away my happiness. There is no fear. So from where am I getting that happiness? From my own self. And since I get that supreme happiness from myself, that I am attached to myself, I have maximum attachment to myself, maximum love for myself. And this is true for all beings. Every being, they have that love, attraction for their own self. Though, because of ignorance, we misunderstand the body to be self. We misunderstand the mind, the intellect to be self. But whatever it is, we have that love for our own self. Even a tiny little virus wants to preserve itself, wants to protect itself. A bird, an animal wants to protect itself because it loves itself. So that love is for that Atma, but which Atma? The Pratyek Atma, the innermost self, not for the ego. We misunderstand that love to be for the ego. We misunderstand that love to be for the body or mind and all, but it is for that Pratyagatma only. So that Pratyagatma is Brahma. Brahma is the Pratyagatma in all the beings. That's what in Gita also Bhagavan calls it. This Pratyagatma is called Kshetrajna. So Bhagavan in 13th chapter says, Kshetrajnam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Ki he Bharata, he Arjuna, understand me to be the Kshetrajna in all the kshetras. So this Kshetrajna, Pratyagatma, Brahma is most worshipful and dearest for all. And that is the Lakshana of that Brahma. That is one of the qualities of Brahma with respect to this body, this mind, with respect to our experience. That is what the guna of that Brahma. So that is revealed in this name Tadvanam. So the Upanishad says that Tadvanam iti upasitavyam. You worship that Brahma with the help of this name Tadvanam. Means what we should do? Tadvanam iti anenaiva gunabhidhanena upasitavyam chintaniyam. Shankaracharya ji writes, ki keeping this meaning of this name in mind, one should do chintan of that Brahma. Constantly meditate on that Brahma as the Pratyagatma of all beings and who is most worshipful and most lovable for all. So this is the Upasana. And when we do this Upasana, what is the Phala? Phala Shruti. The Upanishad says, Saya etad evam Veda Vedabhihainam sarvani bhutani samvanchanti. Shankaracharya writes ki anena namna upasanasya phalam aha. The phala of this upasana is indicated ki saya kaschid etad yathoktam brahma evam yathokta gunam veda. So one who does the chintan of this Brahma as Tadvanam and come to understand. See, through this chintan, we have to identify and actually come to understand that Brahma as Tadvanam, as dearest for all. Not dearest for me only, dearest for all the beings. So more and more one has to identify with this Pratyagatma. When we are in waking, we identify more with our upadhis only. So Pratyagatma is beyond these upadhis. So one has to tune oneself to this Pratyagatma more and more, which is the dearest for all beings. So when one achieves this, yathokta gunam veda, Veda means one knows and achieves this understanding after a lot of upasana for months and years together. When we do this upasana, we actually start identifying with that Pratyagatma only. And when we achieve this, then what will happen? Yathoktam gunam veda upaste abhiha enam upasakam sarvani bhutani abhi samvanchanti ha prarthayanta eva yatha brahma. We get so tuned, the upasak gets so tuned to this Brahma as this Pratyagatma, that all beings, they start praying to this upasak as they pray to Ishvara. See, if we want something, we ask from Ishvara, we do prarthana. कि oh my dear Bhagwan, please bless me. नान्यस्पृहा रघुपते हृदये स्मदीये सत्यं वदामि च भवान् अखिलान्तरात्मा भक्तिं प्रयच्छ रघुपुङ्गवनिर्भरां मे कामादिदोषरहितं कुरु मानसञ्च. As Tulsidas ji prays that please give me bhakti or remove all my dosha from my antakarana. Or in the world people ask for some worldly things. If they are in sorrow, pain, trouble, they ask from Bhagwan that please release me from all this trouble, from all pain. Or some people, some bhaktas, they ask for wealth, some position, name, fame. Some bhaktas, they ask for knowledge. As in Gita, Bhagwan says, 4 types of devotees are there, my devotees. Artha, Arthartit, Jidnyasu and Jnani. So those who are in trouble and have sorrow, pain in their life, they ask for release from that. Then Artharti, they ask for wealth or some other worldly gain. Jidnyasu, they want to know about Bhagwan. And Jnani already knows that Bhagwan. So just as we do prarthana from Ishvara, people will start doing same prarthana with this upasak also. They will ask, they will do that prayer, offer that prayer to this upasak. The whole world will offer the prayer to the upasak as they offer to Ishvara. And that we experience also when we meet a great Mahatma, when we go to meet our teacher or some enlightened person. We pray to that person also, just as we pray to Ishvara. We pray whatever. The prayer can be for anything. For the worldly thing also. Ki please bless me. May I get this job. May I get this money. May I get this special promotion. Or may my antakarana becomes pure. May I pursue this spiritual path very sincerely. Please bless me. Like that we pray from an enlightened or a upasak also who is tuned to that pratyagatma, and it is natural. Naturally, all beings will be attracted, not only human beings, but even animal, birds, plant will be attracted towards this upasak, because he is tuned to that antaratma which is same for all. The self in me is the self in all. So when I am well established in myself, I am well established in yourself also. So just as yourself is dear to you, I will also become dear to you. So everyone, for this upasak also, everyone will be dear, and people will also be attracted towards such a upasak. So that is the sign that yes, our upasana is getting fulfilled. But till then, one should continue to do this upasana, taking Bhagwan's name as Tadvanam. Even other names which are mentioned in our Shastra like Ram, that's also beautiful name. That Ram is name of that Brahma only. But Ram, that name also means Sarve Ramantiti Ramaha. One who revels in the heart of all beings is Ram. One who is the giver of joy to all beings is Ram. So same meaning. So taking the support of Bhagwan's name, when we do this upasana, that is this upasana which is mentioned here, so tadvanam. So tadvanam iti upasitavyam. So thus concludes the teaching of the Upanishad. What the teacher wanted to convey, the teacher conveyed. But the student who is listening want to know whether all that has to be conveyed is conveyed or not. So this seventh mantra is there, in which the student asks a question and the teacher replies. Upanishadam bho brūhīte uktata Upanishad brahmi vāvata Upanishadam abrūmeti. Again, Upanishadam bho brūhīte uktata Upanishad brahmi vāvata Upanishadam abrūmeti. So the student requested the teacher कि Upanishadam bho brūhi. Oh dear teacher, please teach us Upanishad. This is a very strange question. After listening to the entire Upanishad, the student is asking, please teach the Upanishad. Shankaracharya ji writes कि Upanishadam rahasyam yat chintyam bho bhagavan brūhi iti. Please teach me this Upanishad. So evam uktavati shishye Upanishad ka punah sa iti aha. Shishye aha acharya ukta abhihita te tava Upanishad. The teacher replies कि hey my dear student, I have already taught you the Upanishad. Ukta abhihita te tava Upanishad. Already taught you the Upanishad. And which Upanishad I have taught you? Ka punah sa iti aha brahmi. Means brahmanaha paramatmanaha iyam brahmi tam paramatma vishayatvat atita vijnanasya vava evate Upanishadam abrūmeti. I have taught you this Brahmi Upanishad, means Upanishad regarding that Brahma Vidya. Brahma means that Paramatma. So the Paramatma was revealed to you through this Upanishad. Already everything is conveyed to you. So here Shankaracharya ji writes in his commentary, why is this student asking this question? Paramatma Vishayam Upanishadam Shrutavata Upanishadam Bo Bruhiti Pruchatah Shishyasya Ko Abhiprayah. That even after listening to this Upanishad, why the student is asking, please teach me Upanishad? Because यदि तावत् श्रुतस्य अर्थस्य प्रश्नः कृतः ततः पृष्ठपेषणवत् पुनरुक्तः अनर्थकः प्रश्नः स्यात्. Because if he is asking about what is already taught, then it is already taught. Then it is like grinding the grain which is already ground. Means a useless activity it will be. Already the Upanishad is taught, still he says, please teach me Upanishad. But there must be some other reason behind this question which the student is asked, and what can be the reason. Shankaracharya ji writes कि किम पूर्व उक्त उपनिषद शेषतया तत्सहकारी साधनांतरापेक्षा अथ निरपेक्षा एव. That Upanishad which you have taught, and the teacher has also conveyed the phala of that Brahma Vidya also, कि pretyasman lokad amruta bhavanti. One who recognizes this Brahma gains that immortality. Brahmavid Brahmaiva bhavati. One who knows Brahma becomes Brahma. There remains nothing more to be gained. So after everything is revealed, why the student is asking this question, ki please teach me Upanishad? So the reason is that the student want to know whether there are any other sadhana which has to be done in order to gain this knowledge of this Brahma. Means, is there a need for any accompanying sadhana? Sahakari sadhanantarapeksha. Is there any accompanying sadhana which one has to do along with listening to this Upanishad, so that we can comprehend this Upanishad? Or whatever you have conveyed, is it independent? It doesn't require any other means. That knowledge of that Brahma itself is sufficient to give us moksha. So that is the purpose of this question. So the teacher replies that there is no need for anything else. This is complete in itself. That knowing that Brahma itself makes us free. That knowledge need not be accompanied with any karma or any other sadhana. That knowledge, Brahma Vidya itself, releases us from all bondage. There is no need for any other sadhana to be accompanied with this knowledge. Therefore the teacher says कि ब्राह्मी वावत te Upanishadam abrumiti, that I have conveyed this Upanishad completely to you. There is nothing more to be conveyed, and there is no other sadhana to be done accompanying this Brahma Vidya. But even after saying this, there is one mantra further, 8th mantra, which talks about some sadhana. So what about that? So the 8th mantra is there, in which some more sadhanas are mentioned. So if the Upanishad is already complete in itself, and there is no need for any other sadhana, then why this mantra is there? Actually, this mantra, the 8th mantra, is meant for preparation for becoming fit to gain that Brahma Vidya. Once that Brahma Vidya is gained, along with that Brahma Vidya, no other sadhana is required. But to make ourselves fit to gain this Brahma Vidya, we have to do certain sadhana. So that is being mentioned in the following mantra. So let us chant the following mantra and try to understand. Mantra number 8. Tasya tapodamaha karmeti pratishtha vedaha sarvangani satyam ayatanam. Once more. Tasya tapodamak karmeti pratishtha vedaha sarvangani satyam ayatanam. So tasya, of that Upanishad which is conveyed in the previous sections, and which reveals the Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of Brahma. And that knowledge of Brahma itself gives moksha. Knowledge itself gives us freedom. Knowing itself makes us free. Therefore, the Upanishad, there are these 3 steps which we have to follow in order to acquire this knowledge, that is Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasan. So, listen to the Upanishad, contemplate and understand what is being taught, and meditate. Nothing else is required. But in order to make us fit to listen to this Upanishad, we have to do some preparatory sadhana. That's called Bahiranga sadhana. So those Bahiranga sadhanas are mentioned in this verse. Just like in Bhagavad Gita also we have seen that ultimately that knowledge itself makes us free. But in order to make us fit for that knowledge, we have to pursue the path of Karma Yoga and various upasana, so that we become fit to acquire that knowledge. So similarly here, what is conveyed in the first 2 sections, the Brahma Vidya, is completely revealed there. There is nothing more to be revealed. But in order to make us fit, so that we acquire certain qualities and all, this Yaksha Upakhyan was conveyed. Then even this upasanas were conveyed, which further makes us qualified to understand that Brahma. And now in this verse, some more sadhanas are conveyed, so that we become fit to comprehend this Brahma Vidya. It's a long process. So we have to follow this path and make ourselves fit. So what is the sadhana? So here it said tasya, tasyai. Tasya means of that Brahma Vidya, to gain that Brahma Vidya. Tapo damaha karma iti pratishtha. Tapaha means tapas, austerities. Then damaha means self-control. Then karma mentioned in the Vedas, like our kartavya karma, Agnihotra, Agnihotra adi karma, kartavya karma based on our varna and ashrama. Then iti is mentioned here. So iti is etc. Etc. means other sadhanas which are mentioned. Like in Gita, Bhagavan talks about amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshantir, arjavam, Acharyopasanam shaucham stairyam atma vinigraha. Like this, many values are mentioned there, which are also conveyed as jnanam, which help to further purify our mind and tune ourselves to understand that Brahma. So, iti, pratishtha, these are all the pratishtha means foundation. In order to comprehend that Brahma Vidya, we should have a strong foundation. So, tapaha, damaha, karma, iti pratishtha. Then Vedaha Sarvangani, along with Vedas, the four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, Atharva Veda, means the previous portion of the Vedas, which talks about the karma and upasana. So that portion helps us to gain a sound foundation. Then along with all the anga, the limbs of the Vedas. So there are 6 limbs of Vedas like Shiksha, etc. So all these are the pratishtha, the foundation, the strong base. And Satyam Ayatanam, though this strong base is revealed here, but then further the teacher also says Satyam as Ayatanam. That Satyam is also a firm foundation which further help us to move on this path of spirituality. So let us try to understand this mantra, each of these beautiful terms. So tasya tapaha. Tapas we have seen in Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagwan talked about this tapas as sharirik tapas, mansik tapa, vachik tapa. Sharirik tapas means doing seva with our body. Dvija Guru Pradnya Pujanam, seva of Dvija Guru, a wise person, etc., Deva. So with our physical body, when we do seva, our body gets tuned to that spiritual path. We get tuned to spiritual path. Our body also starts helping us to move on this path. So it's very important that we should do some tapas. Then vachik tapa, telling the truth, always telling truth. Always using words which are pleasant, satyam, priyam, hitam, anudvegakaram vakyam, words which do not create any agitations in other person's mind. When we use such words, means when we develop that control over our speech, not allow any fault, not allow any wrong words to come out of our mouth, not allow any lies coming out of our mouth, not allowing any bad words, wrong words, words which disturb the peace of other beings around. So that total control over our tongue is vachik tapas, tapas at the level of speech. Then there is tapas at the level of mind, to keep the mind calm, peaceful, pleasant, happy. It is also our responsibility to keep the mind calm and peaceful and prasanna, happy also. So that effort which we put forth to do this, spiritual effort which we put forth to do this, is called manasik tapas. So tapas actually help us to focus our attention on that Brahma. So therefore tapas is also called ekagram tapa uchyate. Ekagrata itself is tapas, concentration, focus. Then damaha. Dhamma is self-control, control over our senses. In Gita, Bhagavan says, if the indriyas are not under control, then it takes away the mind and runs into the world of objects. Just as a boat which is not tied down properly, it just is carried away by the wind in the sea. So in the same way, the senses which are not under control will not allow the mind to stay calm and peaceful. So therefore in the 3rd chapter of Gita also Bhagavan says, therefore you should control your senses first. Tasmat tvam indriyanyado niyamya bharatarshapha. Hey Arjuna, first you control your senses properly. Then only you will be able to utilize your mind and intellect for this higher purpose. If your senses are not under your control, you will not be able to do any subtler sadhana. So this Dhamma is also a pratishtha, foundation, a good foundation, so that we can progress on our spiritual journey. So tapa, tapo, dhamma and karma. Without karma also, we cannot purify our mind. Though finally we have to understand that Brahma as free from the sense of doership also. But in the beginning, we have to follow the path of karma. In Gita, Bhagavan says in the 3rd chapter, कि just by renouncing karma or not performing karma, you will not attain the siddhi. Na karmanam anarambhat naishkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. So just by dropping karma, it will not help. So in the beginning, all seekers should perform karma according to our own varna ashrama and dedicate those karmas to Ishvara. With that nishkam bhav, with that karma yoga attitude, when we perform karma, our antakarana becomes pure. Then as I said, iti here refers to all other qualities. Iti shabdaha upalakshanatva pradarshanarthaha iti evam adi anyad api jnana utpattehe upakarakam. Shankaracharya ji writes, iti means etc., other sadhanas which help to acquire this knowledge. And what are those? Amanitvam, adambhitvam, etc., mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So amanitvam means freedom from all pride, becoming namra, humble. Amanitvam, adambhitvam, giving up all hypocrisy. Amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam, non-violence, peacefulness, forgiveness, seva of the teacher, acharyopasanam, shaucham, cleanliness. So in this way, many values are mentioned in Gita. Those also, when we acquire, it gives us a good foundation so that we can pursue this path and attain that Brahma Vidya. So pratishtha. Then Vedaha sarvangani. Then the Vedas are along with all their limbs, are also pratishtha. Because from the Vedas only we come to know about our karma and also we gain that knowledge. So eteshu satsu, Vedaha chatvaraha angani cha sarvani. Shiksha deni shat karma jnana prakashakatvat. So these Vedas, they reveal the karma as well as jnana. In the beginning, the Vedas help us to pursue the path of karma and upasana. And finally, in the Upanishad, the Vedas reveal that Jnana. So the Vedas are also very strong foundation which we have to acquire. So Pratishtha Vedaha Sarvangani and Satyam Ayatanam. And Satya, truthfulness, is Ayatanam, is also a foundation. In Mundaka Upanishad also it is said that the path of the ultimate truth is also truth. Satyameva jayate na andrutam satyena pantha. By pursuing the path of Satya only, we can attain that supreme truth. So these Vedas, they have these 6 limbs. This also in detail we will see in our next class. But the 6 limbs are there. Shiksha, then Chanda, Nirukta, Vyakarana, Jyotisha, and Shiksha, Jyotish, Nirukta, Vyakarana, and Chanda, and one more. So these 6 limbs are there, which are also very interesting. So about them also we will see in our next class. And then one more verse is there, one more mantra is there, and we will also summarize the entire Upanishad which we have learnt. So in our next class we will see the following mantra and also see the summary of this beautiful Upanishad. Next class will be on Monday. So till then you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and contemplate on this beautiful Upanishad, and do that upasana also, taking Bhagwan's support of Bhagwan's name as Tadvanam. Okay? So we shall meet again on Monday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Syavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.